Welcome to a video that has all the tech I use every day. So this is my bedroom converted into my studio space. I sleep here, yes. I moved in about a year ago and I've been changing how things are set up. I'm still looking for the most optimal setup yet. But as of today, 10th Jan 2022, this is what I have. The way I see it, there's basically three sections to the studio space. The first one being the music section. This is where I practice and compose music. It's coming out later this year. Here I just use my instruments and get creative. I don't really use a lot of tech in the space. I'm usually just looking at my fish tank, writing new songs, playing the guitar, or just scripting ideas in my head. What I do use here is my PSR E333 as my MIDI device. I know it's not a MIDI, but I honestly don't use any of the sounds on this. I have my sounds on the DAW, and the only issue for me personally is I don't have a pitch bend or a modulator on this, so I don't benefit from having that feature on the go, but that's manageable. And the other most used, probably my favorite thing in this room, is my guitar. The acoustic Fender Redondo. I've had this guitar since mid-2018 and she's been my best friend. The Fishman pickup sounds incredible, especially when you pair her with the extremely smooth and rich Elixir strings. Moving on, I got this super cool custom-made Bob Marley cajon from my uncle. I even got my logo engraved on the side. Huge shout out to my uncle, Alphonse Albert. He makes a lot of these incredible handmade work of art. It's crazy. Last but not least is my PreSonus M7 condenser mic. This is my secondary mic. I record a lot of drafts on this. If I'm doing a quick online workshop, I just have this connected on the go since it's the most closest to the keyboard. It makes explaining a concept much easier. And that brings us to the end of section A of the studio. Section B, the main workstation. This is where any concept that makes it past ideation and has to be given some structure comes to. I spend most of my time on this desk creating exciting content or business ideas. So here I have my main everyday PC. This is an AMD Ryzen 5 3600X 6-core processor at 3.8 GHz paired with 16 gigs of RAM at 3200 MHz. And for the graphics, I have the RTX 2060. This was bought a week before Nvidia launched their 3000 series. I've had this computer for about a year and a half now, and it performs really well. I do all kinds of stuff on it. I edit content on all Adobe softwares. After Effects for motion graphics, Illustrator and Photoshop for graphic designing, Premiere Pro for video editing, XD and also Figma for UI and UX, Pro Tools for music production, and I also use other web-based applications like Webflow. It does slow down when you work on huge projects on After Effects, and rendering takes a while depending on the project. But overall, this machine delivers for the amount of workload that I dump on it. I have a few devices on this desk that allows me to seamlessly navigate between my personal PC and my work laptop. Logitech has one of the coolest keyboards and mouses that I've ever used. The Logitech K380 and M590 has the option of pairing to multiple devices and switching between them all in a tap of a button. And that's not all. I also have this multi-display port that allows me to extend my laptop's display or view my PC all simply by tapping on this button. Now coming to something that excites me a lot, it's my primary mic, the Audio-Technica 8020. No, it's not the super popular 80-20-20. It's the 80-20-40, which unlike my secondary microphone is a dynamic mic. So since I don't only sing all the time, and I hop on a lot of Zoom calls and I do a lot of podcasting, this seemed like a better option to my friends who gifted it to me for my birthday last year. So there's this one device that ties section A and section B and also maybe section C of the studio all together. And that's the PreSonus audio box I do. This has been my audio interface of choice for the past 2.5 years. An upgrade may be imminent. Also for sound, I do intend to get the HS5 or HS8s in the coming weeks. But until then, I choose my trusty Sony XB22 for movies and small audio tests. And that brings us to section C, my work from home setup for my company work and top-down shots. Remember how I mentioned that the audio interface ties into section C2 Well, that's because I sometimes connect it to my Mac device for work and use either of my headphones to edit content. Speaking of headphones, my primary headphones are the extremely popular, extremely awesome Audio Technica M50X. For the price, this headphone is simply unreal. If you're on the market for new headphones, this is it. Don't get anything else. My secondary headphones are the Presonus beginner headphones that comes along with the bundle. It's not bad, but it's not great or good either. But the most used ear/audio device that I use to listen to audio are the Jabra earbuds. These are the Jabra Elite 3. I use them all the time on calls, for movies, music, pretty much everything except music production or editing. I was gifted this for my birthday, and it's probably the best gift of them all because I use them all the time. I also have a couple of desk organizers, like this one. It has my wallet, phone, pens, and also holds this little JBL Go. And the pegboard that I got from IKEA. It's pretty great, really. Keeps things from getting cluttered, and I hate it when things get cluttered. Now, coming to the lights of this room, I only use this old lamp overhead on a daily basis. But for the top-down shots, I stuck tube lights below and added tracing paper as a diffuser. So the shadow of the tripod stand and the camera does not fall over the subject of the shot. The main lighting system for the studio shots are these. I don't really know what they're called, but I basically got the stands, the holders, and the bulbs from Amazon individually, and later assembled all of them together. I place it out of frame, but very close to the subject, and shoot. So that's basically it. It's 10th Jan 2022, and I think this video will be out by 26th. But that's been an overview of my home studio. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next one.